ships and bright stars through the perilous fight. For the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave. Allons enfants de la patrie, le jour de gloire est arrivé. Contre nous de la tyrannie, l'étendard sont grand élevés. L'étendard sont grand élevés. Entendez-vous, 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 c'est cela. Il vient
Chers amis, dear friends, mes chers compatriotes, bonjour à tous et bienvenue dans cette maison qui est celle de la communauté française et aussi celle de nos amis américains. Mon équipe, Laurent et moi-même sommes très heureux de vous accueillir ce soir pour une soirée consacrée à quelque chose auquel nous, Français, nous tenons beaucoup, quelque chose auquel nous sommes très attachés, nos terroirs. Les terroirs français, qu'ils soient du nord, du sud, de l'Est, de l'Ouest ou d'outre-mer. Thank you all for joining us tonight to celebrate our Bastille Day dedicated this year to something which is very French, very, very French. Our terroir. And which are regions that have a strong identity from an agricultural, gastronomic and cultural point of view. A word which has no translation in English except terroir. There are people that look at me, what does it mean, terroir? So actually, the word terroir is like the French word entrepreneur, that we translate in English by entrepreneur. And to some extent, terroirs and entrepreneurs are the two pillars of contemporary France. So before I make the traditional and ever too long Bastille Day speech, I'm very pleased to start by a Legion of Honor ceremony, and I'd like to thank Secretary of Veterans Services, Francisco Urenia, thank you, for being with us once again to pay tribute to two World War II American veterans, Thomas Hansen and Arthur Colachico. So before I bestow this medal upon our two veterans, I'm very pleased to give you the floor, my dear friend.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Councilor General, for your generosity of opening your home this evening as we are here all to commemorate Bastille Day. But to our two veterans, to Arthur Colachico and to Thomas Hansen, congratulations. First of all, thank you for your service, and I know that the French people thank you for your sacrifice. And essentially, that is the ceremony which all of us are going to witness here tonight, is the presentation of the Medal of Legion, making you a knight in bestowed a very high honor for your high sacrifice and your dedication not only to our country, but the dedication and the liberation of France many years ago. And so on behalf of our Governor Charlie Baker, Lieutenant Governor Polito, 365,000 veterans who call Massachusetts home, and Massachusetts has a very strong tradition of honoring veterans. But France too has that same tradition of honoring American patriots who too sacrificed, who too went above and beyond, and who collectively we continue to honor our nations, our brother and sisterships of countries, and from the days of the Revolutionary War to present, I think our countries are so ever strong, and so long live France, and long live the United States of America. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Secretary Urania, for your friendship. Dear Thomas Hanson, dear Arthur Colachico, for 3 years, I have regularly decorated American veterans from Maine, Vermont, New Hampshire, Rhode Island, Massachusetts. And I must confess that it has always been a very moving moment for me, a moment where you are not only in front of somebody you admire, but you are also in front of yourself, asking yourself, what would I have done? Would I have been as brave as them? Today, I want to recognize the services rendered to France by 2 veterans who displayed a brotherhood and solidarity with France that we will never forget, as well as we will always remember your comrades who never made it back to the United States. And while some recent issue developments remind us of the darkest hours of the 20th century, I also want to say thank you to 2 men who fought for freedom and democracy, 2 values that should never be taken for granted, 2 values that should never be taken for granted. And we will continue your fight for liberté, égalité, fraternité. Dear Thomas Hanson, dear Arthur Colachico, as its name suggests, the Legion of Honor distinguishes men of honor and courage. You are 2 of them, you are 2 American heroes. And I will now bestow this distinguished award upon each of you. Dear Private Thomas Hanson, you served as a rifleman in General Patton's 3rd Army in the battles of northern France, Rhineland, Ardennes, and Central Europe. You landed on Omaha Beach in Normandy the day after D-Day. Only 20 years old, your job was to go ahead of the platoon in the woods to search for German positions. Your time in the war was full of close calls, as you were at times almost captured. Your wife told you that it seemed like you sailed through the war as you came back home looking healthy and went on to school earning a master's degree in education. You were discharged from the US Army with honors, the Victory Medal, the Sharpshooter Rifle Combat Infantry Badge, the European African Middle Eastern Theater Campaign Ribbon, and the Good Conduct Medal. Dear Private Thomas Hanson.
Do I stand up?
No, that's fine. If you want to stand up, whatever you want. Au nom du président de la République française, nous vous remettons les insignes de chevalier dans l'ordre de la Légion d'honneur.
That's wonderful.
Do you want to say a few words?
Congratulations, you want to share a few words?
I share this honor with all the soldiers I ever served with. They were all better than I was, I think. It's an honor. This day is a total honor. Thank you very much for coming.
Dear Private Arthur Colachico, you served in the medical department of the 156th Infantry Regiment. At the age of 19 years old, you landed on Omaha Beach 4 days after D-Day, where you helped treat soldiers who were wounded. You helped set up a medical aid station in the nearby village of Carteret in Normandy, and participated in the battles of Saint-Lô and Brest. For your bravery, you received commendation from your battalion commander. You were discharged from the U.S. Army with honors, the Victory Medal, and the European African Middle Eastern Theater Campaign ribbon. Great team. Dear Private Arthur Kolachico, au nom du président de la République française, je vous remets les insignes de chevalier dans l'ordre de la Légion d'honneur.
I'd just like to take a second and thank everybody for inviting me here, and it's a pleasure for me to be here, but I accept this great honor in behalf of the team that took place that I was involved with. So with them in mind, I would like to say, God bless America and vive la France.
This is my third time to speak to this wonderful audience. I try to think, what can I say? So I would not put you to sleep, or something that we all can relate to. So I thought there's one thing that has universal appeal, is talk about love. So I'm going to share with you my love story. Each of us always has a love of our life. And I have been married to a wonderful woman, mostly happily married, mostly. For the past 31 years. But I confessed to her before we got married, and I confessed to her recently that before I met her, I had fallen in love with a French lady. And I am still in love with this wonderful French lady. And I told her who that woman was, and she said, oh, I love her too. This woman is so beautiful that all of us, if you know her, you will fall in love with her. Her beauty is universal. People in Vietnam, people in China, people in America, of course, love her. And if you go to the city of New York, you will see her. In our culture, we call her the goddess of liberty, the Statue of Liberty in the New York Harbor. She is the perfect symbol of the wonderful relationship between America and France. She symbolized what we stand for. She symbolized what we're looking for. She is the symbol of our soldier, our veteran, have died for, and sacrificed for. So thank you so much for our veterans and our soldiers who have sacrificed so much so we can have a day like this. I'm very grateful for her and even for America. And talking about being grateful, we in Massachusetts, for the past 2 years, we are so grateful for the hard work, the dedication of Consul General Froland. Right here. The best part of my job is to have a chance to meet people like him. And the worst part of my job is have to say goodbye to people like him. Yes. This is his last big party. So our governor, our lieutenant governor, has a citation to recognize his hard work. But before I invite Secretary, my friend Francisco, to be back here, I also Commissioner of the State Office for Refugee Immigrants to come here to read the citation. I like also to say this: behind a great successful man, there's also another man behind it. So thank you so much, Laura. And I'd like to invite my colleague from the government office to come and read. Maybe we can have the commissioner to read the citation. We need to have a woman to read. After all, this is France.
Okay, with honor, I would like to read this citation. Okay. So, Valérie Perron, Consul General of France, I'm trying to scratch so properly if I didn't say it right, in appreciation of your leadership, commitment, and dedication as Consul General of France to New England in strengthening the extraordinary economic, scientific, and cultural relationship between France and Massachusetts, especially our innovation ecosystems through strategic partnership, cooperation, and friendship. This 14th day of July in the year 2018, Charles D. Baker, Governor, Karen E. Polito, Lieutenant Governor. Congratulations.
Thank you very much, all of you, for this great honor. And now I'm very pleased to welcome my dear friends from the Boston City Hall. Please, James Coleman and Sarah Delune.
Bonsoir à tous.
Bonsoir. Merci Valérie et tout le monde. Happy Bastille Day to everyone. My name is Sarah Delune. My colleague James and I are here on behalf of the Mayor of Boston, Martin J. Walsh. It is truly an honor to be here to celebrate this festive holiday with everybody here, both with the French community as well as those from Boston, across Massachusetts and New England. Together we have formed such wonderful friendships. You've brought in such wonderful French culture and ideas to our city, and we are so thankful for that. You helped make Boston a truly more global city. And so the work that the consulate here does, we are so tremendously grateful for. James and I have a few remarks to give en français, so James.
J'aimerais maintenant, si vous me le permettez, de m'exprimer en français. Au nom de la mairie de Boston, et plus particulièrement au nom du maire de la ville de Boston, Martin J. Walsh, pour vous souhaiter à tous bonne fête du 14 juillet. Maire Walsh est retenu cet après-midi par d'autres occupations, alors on est ici pour le représenter. Vive les États-Unis, vive la France, vive la République, vive la liberté, vive l'amitié franco-américaine et surtout bonne chance demain à l'équipe de France. Now we do a citation that we'd like to give to you now, 2025.
So, dear Valerie, on behalf of the City of Boston, we would like to present this certificate of recognition on behalf of Mayor Walsh. In recognition of Bastille Day in the Republic of France, where the right for liberty, equality, and fraternity was fought for and established, and in honor of France's reputation internationally for being a country known for its diplomacy, innovation, culture, and love for their neighboring countrymen and women. On behalf of the City of Boston, warm wishes to the vibrant French community in Boston as you celebrate this important holiday. Martin J. Walsh, July 14th.
So as you know, understand, Laurent and I will leave Boston at the end of August. And we will do it with sadness, of course, even if the heart of a diplomat is as tough as the rocks of the coast of Maine. But we will also do it with a strong sense of done duty after 3 wonderful years working and partnering with each of you. 3 years of exciting and inspiring work. In that respect, the last 3 years have changed the face of the world, from the terrorist attacks of 2015-2016 experienced by our 2 countries to the elections of our 2 new presidents. Despite its upheavals, the Franco-American friendship is still standing today as it has for centuries. The first state visit of President Macron to Washington, D.C. last April demonstrated it once again. And if divergences occur sometimes, as it always happens between friends, as it always happens between France. Our bonds remain strong, built by our political authorities and also by each of us. And I'm sure that the Lafayette Trail we launched 2 years ago in New England with Julien Ischer, which will now be extended to all the United States with the strong support of some of you. Thank you, Nam, thank you, Alan, thank you, Catherine and Romain. And President Macron himself will contribute to consolidate this relationship. Cooperation, partnership. To France, these are the key words of our world. Thus, President Macron is at the forefront of the global fight against climate change, along with many American partners like Governor Baker and Mayor Walsh. At the forefront of the promotion of fair trade, better education, Europe, and multilateralism. Indeed, while clouds are building up at the international level, France will organize in November in Paris an international peace forum which will gather 100 heads of state and government and many representatives of the world civil society to contribute to build a common future of peace. If you share this objective, if you have a governance project, then come and contribute to the Paris Peace Forum. There are some flyers like this one in the hall. So, go to Paris. Cooperation between France and New England has been our objective for 3 years. With my team, we have been working hard to strengthen student mobility between our two countries and the development of cutting-edge scientific partnerships. Let's remember these stimulating moments and discussion we shared all together on precision medicine at MIT, on diversity and inclusion at Harvard, on education and gender equality at Wellesley College, and on aerospace materials at Northeastern University. Get ready to participate in our next symposium on ethics and artificial intelligence, which should take place this fall. I hope so. We also launched the France Alumni Platform in Boston and fostered the place of France at the MIT Career Fair. Dear partners, dear students, don't hesitate to come and see us to work together. Choose France, the 4th largest international destination to study. Yes, the 4th. Of course, after the United States. As for our economic relationship, it has never been so dynamic. Trade between France and Massachusetts amounts to $1.4 billion, and more than 28,000 people are employed by 200 French companies here in Massachusetts, which make them the 3rd largest foreign employers in this state. Thus, France was the 2nd largest delegation at the Bio International Convention, which took place in Boston last June. So congratulations to France and to all of us. Yes. By the way, we recently launched La French Tech Boston, which already represents 60 French entrepreneurs from the Greater Boston area. So, along with Business France, the French-American Chamber of Commerce of New England, the network of the French Foreign Trade Advisors, and the French Tech Hub, we have an amazing French ecosystem in Boston, which fully contributes to the dynamism of the Bostonian economy. Yes, France is back, as President Macron says, and France is back in Boston. Our last priority is the promotion of the French language, which is so lively here in New England, and not only in Uber cars. I'm delighted to see that, along with the very successful French schools in Cambridge, Rhode Island, and Maine, or other private schools such as EFGB, new initiatives have been launched the last few months, like the establishment of an Alliance Française in Portland, the creation in Brockton, after Milton and Holliston, of a new bilingual program in an American public school, and last but not least, the arrival of a bilingual Capucine Montessori school in French and English. To accompany this movement, we have launched a call for projects that will provide several thousand children books to these schools, and we call it the magic of reading in French. We couldn't make all these projects possible without the silence of all these people behind me and the support of our American friends, our honorary consuls, les conseillers consulaires et les alliances françaises. More particularly, I want to thank the French Cultural Center for its Bastille Day block party yesterday, and the Alliance Française of Newport and the French Heritage Society for the ongoing restoration of the Rochambeau Monument in Newport. That's a great project, and thank you all for supporting it. I also want to thank the French and American cities and sister city associations, the partnerships developed by Boston with Strasbourg and Lyon, and by Antony with Lexington, Saint-Germain-en-Laye with Winchester, and Honfleur with Burlington, Vermont, are key to the dynamism of our relationships. Ces initiatives, et peut-être que là ils vont comprendre en français derrière, ces initiatives, nous les devons également au merveilleux esprit d'entreprise, de solidarité et d'engagement qui anime la communauté française de Nouvelle-Angleterre. Je ne peux pas leur dire de... Mes chers compatriotes,
S'il vous plaît.
nous sommes environ 20 000 sur ces terres au climat tempéré. Je profite de parler en français pour le mentionner. Mais que de succès nous caractérise. Plus 15% de croissance de notre communauté depuis 2015. Et que du bonheur avec l'équipe des Français à l'étranger, de l'étranger au consulat. Plus 100% de participation aux élections présidentielles de 2017 par rapport à 2012. Bravo à l'esprit citoyen de la communauté française. Et d'ailleurs, tout le monde s'en souvient, ça a été un peu long. 100% de réussite au baccalauréat au lycée international de Boston. Et un nombre incalculable de mentions. Bravo aux nouveaux bacheliers. Près de 5000 personnes reçues dans cette résidence en 3 ans et autant de followers sur nos comptes Facebook et Twitter. Et naturellement, les 25 bougies de Boston Accueil. Bravo à la communauté française pour son excellence. Last but not least, for the 3rd year in a row, I'm pleased to announce that we have raised solid funds for our action that's thanks to the generous support of our sponsors. And I must confess that it's the best result in the US for our French consulate. I'd like to thank Kathleen Van den Branden and Jeffrey Plunkett, Dassault Systèmes, Sanofi, Servier, Keolis, Anne Fontaine, Global DMC Partner, Nanobiotics, Veolia, Ipsen, and Axilia Partners. Thank you all for your trust and your continuous support. I also want to thank tonight those to whom our terroirs are not only beautiful landscapes, but definitely good food and excellent wine. Ma France, La Voile, Pain d'Avignon, Louis Selle, notre chef Étienne Jolin, Praliné, Château de Cazeneuve, Maison Joseph Drouin et les champagnes Drapier, les champagnes du Général de Gaulle. Là, c'est une bonne publicité pour ça. Laurent and I are blessed to have been able to work with the wonderful team of the consulate for 3 years. Amandine, Anne-Claire, Jacques, Anne, Nadia, Damien, Latifa, Michael, Edith, Judy, Laura, Etienne et Marinosa. And those who will leave this summer, Corinne, Clément, and Fadila. And so many interns that I can't name them all. Thank you all. We will miss you as well as you will miss me, I'm sure. It's a private joke with my team. Thank you all for making France great again here in Boston, and good luck to all of you. And if I may, to conclude, let me thank someone, Laurent, my partner, without whom this residence would have never been as welcoming as it is now. Thank you. Et j'en arrive à la conclusion. Ça va ravir nos voisins de derrière. À la conclusion et au seul mot que j'aurais dû prononcer ce soir. Bonne chance à l'équipe de France demain pour la finale. Fier d'être bleu, proud to be blue. Good luck to the French team. Allez les Bleus.
Allez les Bleus.
Vive les États-Unis d'Amérique. Vive la République française. Vive l'amitié entre la France et les États-Unis. Et merci à tous d'être là ce soir.
Allons